Embattled Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe has stunned the nation by refusing to resign during a late address to the nation. Last night, in a televised speech to the nation, he pledged to preside over ZANU-PF Congress in December, even though the ruling party had removed him as its leader hours earlier. Mugabe has run the country since the end of its war for independence in 1980. But Mugabe read a long written speech and announced that he is staying on. He did acknowledge the protests but said that Zimbabweans need to stay united and focus. He also had a word of advice for his party that they should stick to the constitution of ZANU-PF.
In a few weeks from now, I will preside over its processes, which must not be prepossessed by any acts calculated to undermine it or to compromise the outcomes in the eyes of the public. As I conclude this address, I am aware that many developments have occurred in the party or have been championed and done by individuals in the name of the party. Today's meeting with the command element has underscored the need for us to collectively start processes that return our nation to normalcy, so all our people can go about their business unhindered in an environment of perfect peace and security, assured that law and order obtain and prevail as before and endure well into the future. To our commanders are the well-founded fears that the lack of unity and commonness of purpose in both party and government was translating into perceptions of inattentiveness to the economy. Open public spurts between high-ranking officials in the party and government, exacerbated by multiple conflicting messages from both the party and government, made the criticisms leveled against us inescapable. We must learn to forgive and resolve contradictions, real or perceived, in a comradely Zimbabwean spirit. I am confident that from tonight, our whole nation at all levels gets refocused as we put shoulder to the wheel amidst the promising agricultural season already upon us.
Now, all of a sudden, he's anchoring his message on reforming ZANU-PF. He's talking of a sudden Damascus moment whereby he has realized we need to reform ZANU-PF. I'm not very much aware that this has dawned on him during this week of events that have unfolded, or he has always known it. It seems this is a Damascus moment for the president, and he's trying to correct the wrongs of the party. And if yet way he has endorsed that he is going indeed to preside over the ZANU-PF Congress, we can actually find that the ZANU-PF Constitution is not clear. It does not clearly state that when a president of a party is recalled, does it mean he's simultaneously recalled also from the presidency office in the country? So you see, President Mugabe is actually anchored on the constitutionality of the ZANU-PF protocol, and that's where he's actually still standing with his card.
Mugabe has refused to step down so far, but the pressure to do so from the military and within his own government has continued to build. Mugabe has been given a deadline of midday today by ZANU-PF to resign as state president. Yesterday, ZANU-PF held emergency talks and voted to remove Mugabe as its leader. It also resolved to expel his wife, who leads the party's Women's League, for life. Former Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa was also appointed Mugabe's successor. Mugabe's allies, Finance Minister Ignatius Chombo and Higher Education Minister Jonathan Moyo, were also fired from the party.
Their negotiations for a week. He better give in to them now. If he doesn't, we take over from where the defense forces left.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? We say we want a team from the party, we want a team from the war veterans to go and tell him to march out of his. We'll take him. If he doesn't, then we'll bring back the crowd and they'll do the business.
Grace Mugabe was removed from the position of Secretary for the Women's League of ZANU-PF for promoting hate speech, divisiveness, and assuming roles and powers not delegated to her office.
Let's take a look at some of the resolutions taken by ZANU-PF's Central Executive Committee. Robert Mugabe removed as the ZANU-PF president by unanimous vote. Mugabe is to resign as head of state before midday, November 20th, or face impeachment proceedings. Mnangagwa elected as president and first secretary of ZANU-PF pending ratification. Mnangagwa nominated to fill in the vacancy of state president. Principle of one center of power is to be removed from the party's constitution. Members suspended on the basis of fictitious allegations by the G40 cabal have been reinstated. 20 members of the G40 cabal have been expelled from the party. Gratitude towards the Zimbabwean Defence Force for bringing normalcy in the party and in the government.
Is one option, I think, that the military and ZANU-PF will have to exercise beyond this move, is to either gather parliament and impeach him if he has not destabilized parliament until then, to which the pro-Mugabe forces in the country will have to fight the anti-Mugabe forces in the country, which might land that country in a semi-civil war, or there'll be a lot of bloodshed.